Ferguson.
Thank you. I had first started getting involved with and attending a lot of the Board of Education meetings with the facility master plan that was presented over 2 years ago. The one thing I remember in attending all of those meetings at the time is they were bringing people in from the community to try and learn about the buildings. And as the meetings moved forward, it seemed like the groups were getting smaller and smaller. And I remember saying, why isn't the town council here in the room? Like, it's the charge of this, the body of the board to come up with the educational plan, but you can't do that without knowing how you can fund it. And that's where the town council comes into play, is because that's where the funding piece is. And I think our town we're just too small, with not even having 30,000 people here, to not do this as a collaborative effort. So I'd been hoping that this a joint task force or some kind of a joint effort to address our school facilities would come into play, and I'm thankful that it has now. It seems like they're on the right track. I know they haven't had a first meeting yet, but you can tell it seems like they're ready to really look at some things. I expect, if I'm serving on the board, that I will help message all of that to the community, because I think that's the part that can be missing, is to make sure that we get that feedback. And instead of hoping all of you can come to us, this is one of those other areas where I think it's important, where the board can go out to the community, and not just out to the schools, but we need to go to the senior center and Kiwanis and the Masons and the chamber. And if there are people in our town somewhere, we need to be engaging with them and getting their opinion. Because if we're waiting to have deep conversations at a public hearing, like, the ship has kind of sailed. You're at a no-go situation. So we need to talk about it, and I'm just grateful that this group is put together.
Thank you, Ms.